Hello, this is Greg Hannon from Gospel Music University, and we're going to look at some chords from a song called Right Division by Patrick Love. And here again, when I teach, I try to look at the signs of the harmony that's being used so you can know how to apply it and to use it for other things other than the song that we learned it in. We begin to apply the harmony and take the progressions and use them outside of the venue in which we learned them in, then we begin to explore gospel creativity and begin to do other things outside of the music that we're learning. So a student of mine, ironically, his name is also Patrick, was asking me for help with this particular transposition. Actually, he probably needed it a week ago. Patrick, I apologize. I'm just getting around to it, but it's a great song for Facebook students to learn on. So this is a phenomenal song with some great progressions that will just definitely, I think, enhance your plan. So let's get started. The chords are written out, posted on the Facebook wall, so you can definitely refer to that. And the notes and everything will display on the screen. So let's just kind of look at the introduction, and we'll start. So this progression right here, it's just so popular in so many gospel songs, because it's not any song that's already written that's using progressions that are brand new. Here again, we need to learn as many progressions as we can so that they will come back up again, and then we want to practice it. Our ears can already hear it. We will know the sound, and we can instantly play it by ear. But we have to learn the concept first. So we're in the key of D flat. And we're starting off on a lot of the melodies that you hear in gospel are using diatonic triads, and something. And those are just diatonic triads, that we learn in my Elements of Gospel course. I actually got an entire lesson dedicated to being able to enhance your melodies using improvisations with these diatonic triads. And you hear them in gospel almost on every single song when the keyboardist is wanting to enhance them. So diatonic triads is a concept that we absolutely need to use. Diatonic contemporary chord voicings are another set of voices that I teach in my online course called Contemporary Keyboard Harmony 1. And we're going to be using components from the Contemporary Chord Finder learning system. We're going to be using components from my online course, Contemporary Keyboard Harmony 1, and also my Elements of Gospel learning system. So everything every product that I prepare for you is actually geared toward helping you learn and play the songs that you want to hear. All the requests that I get on Facebook are just songs, and all of my learning systems are teaching most of those components, so that if you learn the idea first, learn the progression, learn the pattern, when you hear it in the song, it won't be so difficult to play. So let's go and look at this. First thing, we got a G flat triad, and then an A flat triad. All those are diatonic triads in the key of D flat. So if you look up on the screen, we're just going to actually, let me change the keys to the transpositions on this so we can actually kind of put you in the right key so you can spell it. We're in D flat, so everything has to be all flats. So so we got a D flat triad, A flat triad, and that's just a pickup. And then we hit the chord, and that first chord is a G flat major 7, okay? And here we go into a B flat 11, okay, again. And you can catch the notes on the screen. This chord right here is a E flat minor 7. And that's an A flat major chord. The right hand is just playing second inversion of the chord. We got an A flat in the root. And then to a D flat chord. That's the introduction. So, and if you look at this and you want to analyze this theoretically and apply the chord number system, which is what we definitely talk about in the Contemporary Keyboard Harmony 1 online course, that's a 4, 6, 2, 5, 1. So 4, 6, 2, 5, 1 is a common pattern that you're going to hear in gospel. So this is a great one to really transpose in all the keys. Okay, then we start off with this first A section, right division. Okay, and I didn't really learn the words because here in gospel I'm just listening to chords, harmony, and progressions. So I may not quite know the words, but I hear the melody. The first chord here is a D flat 2 chord with an F in the root. Here again, if I played the contemporary D flat chords, well, D flat is 1. Excuse me, I'm gonna do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Those are the type of voices that we teach in the Contemporary Keyboard Harmony 1 online course, because these chord voices and these exercises, these patterns are what we're going to use to play the chords to the song. You know, we number them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got a 7 chord, we got a 6 chord, we got a 4 chord, we got a 5 chord, we got a 2 chord. Okay, but this song is calling for which chords? Okay, first start on the 3 chord, because I have the 3rd in the bass, 1, 2, 3. And this first chord we're playing is a D flat 2 chord with an F in the root. All right, okay, so that's a 3 to a 4, then a 5, then a 5 with a 3rd in the bass to a 1. All these are the numbers. So if I have to look at what are the numbers, analyze the numbers. 3, because the root is a 3, going to a 4, then to a 5. Okay, then a 5 chord with the 7 in the bass, with the 3rd in the bass, and a 1. The 3rd of the chord, but the 7 of the key is an A flat. It's an A flat chord, and the 3rd of the A flat is a C. But in the key of our D flat, what the song is in, it would be a 5 chord with that 7 in the bass, back to a 1. So, right division, okay, done. Okay. This is just a little pickup. You hear this all the time in gospel. When you get ready to go to that 3 chord, it's just a melodic line. Then you come down on the 3 chord. And then do something. And here's another one. Now here's another chord. It's written out. This is a 4-5-1 progression. You hear this all the time in gospel when you're trying to get back to the 1 chord, a 4-5-1, and they're in all kind of inversions. 4 chord, and when I say 4, hey Greg, you're not playing the 4 in the root, okay? But we are playing the 4 chord, and they're right, a 4 major chord in this case, in the key of D flat. The 4 is G flat, so we do have a G flat chord, but we're playing the 3rd of that chord, which is the B flat in the root. But there's a 4 chord with a 3rd in the root, okay, the 3rd of the chord. And then here we have a 5 chord, which is A flat, because A flat is the 5th in the key of D flat, but we're playing the 3rd of that chord in the root. Then we're going back to the 1. So it's a 4-5-1. So here's a great chord voicing that you can use whenever you're trying to get back to the 1 chord. If you're playing that, doesn't matter what it is. So you can just 4-5-1. And a lot of those solo type songs, hymn songs, that 4-5-1 is just so popular, and we're using it in this song too as you listen to it. So 4-5-1, but we're gonna invert that chord rather than play it in this inversion, first inversion, second inversion, first inversion. We're gonna do it in in root position. We're gonna play it in first inversion. 4-5-1, still the same voices, we just inverted. Bass line haven't changed, okay? So right division, okay. Here's something else we could do. That's a melodic pickup using scale tones from the key of D. So, and these are all these fill-ins and things that you hear all the time that musicians are using. Because, you know, we can play chords and we can just move from one chord to another, but it's the added subtleties that really make them sound good. Okay, here we go. So, right here, I'm doing F, A flat, B flat, D flat, and that's almost, you can look at that like a whole chord if you want to play it, a broken chord, because if I played that as a chord, it would be a G flat major 9. Then we're going back to the 5 chord, which is an A flat chord, then A flat chord with the 3rd in the root, back to the 1. Then you got that 4-5-1 progression we just saw. Then back to the beginning. Now, let's listen to just a part of the track so we can definitely get the song in here. But I just wanted to show you that first A section of the song. And let's have a quick listen to where we start.
Just loose. Come on, AL, just like mask like say, like the music. Make it plain.
Remember that?
That they may run and not faint.
And I'm going to show you that piece too.
Though the vision.
Hear the 4-5-1? That was that 4-5-1 pattern that we learned. And here's another one that, let me give you this chord. What's going on? He's trying to get from a 2-9 chord, or E-flat 9 chord, to an A-flat dominant chord. And there's, here again, we're using melodic scalar lines, you know, rather than going from chord to chord. He's actually doing a little nice little bebop kind of sounding riff. Bass line is going from E flat to G to A flat. If I play the chord, that's how you usually hear it in gospel. And you hear that chord, but when you want to do something different, the bass note is what's carrying the whole thing. So you put together. You have to get in there really, really, really fast. Okay, so let's back that. Okay, and then we got a 4-5-1. So here again.
It's only for a while.
It's only for a while.
It shall speak.
There's another concept he's doing, and I'm giving it to you broken up because those are all great ideas. You got an A flat, a D flat, and an E flat. It shall, then back to that 4 chord, back to that same G flat major 7 we've been using. And then again, in the left hand, I'm playing an F and an E flat. So on right hand, I did that melodic line. And that's just an F7 chord that's broken up. It's just kind of voice, F, E flat, and then you got F on top. It's an F7 chord, omitting the third, which is the A. But here again in gospel, you hear a whole chord played, or sometimes you hear a chord played with just the important notes, and a lot of the other chord tones are actually missing from it. Okay. Then that 4-5-1. Then we're gonna go to the next part. Okay, here we go right here. Right here we got a flat chord, D flat chord with a B in the root. That chord is theoretically just a D flat 7, dominant 7 chord. Okay? So we got and this is the meat and heart of the song. So this is the part we get to. So we'll cover this in part 2. So just go and review this part, learn it in sections, and then meet me in part 2, and we'll finish the entire song. This is Greg Hannon with more keyboards, tips, tricks, and more from GospelMusicUniversity.com. Have a blessed day.